If you told me a year ago that I'd be sitting here suit off, heart on my sleeve, talking about how a billionaire faked his own downfall just to see if love was really would have laughed you out of the room. But here's the truth. Sometimes the only way to find out what matters is to lose everything that doesn't. Yeah, that happened. And it started the night Daniel Obasai realized money could buy anything except the answer to one burning question: would she still love me if I had nothing? Let me back up a sec. Daniel had it all. Big house, fast cars, name that opened every door in Lagos hell, doors in other continents too. He was 32 and the world was his oyster. Only the shell was empty. Every day he woke up in a mansion so quiet you could hear his own thoughts bounce off the marble, echoing back at him all the things he didn't want to hear. Sure, people called, emails buzzed, deals flew across his phone, but no one ever really checked in on Daniel the man. Not even Sasha. On paper, Sasha was perfect, beautiful, stylish, viral on socials, the kind of fiancé people envied. But Daniel noticed things, little things, the way she loved tagging luxury brands, the way her eyes danced when she talked about wedding decor, never once about building a real home, just the photo ops. One night he came home early, stopped in the hallway, and heard laughter, glasses clinking. "Babe, you've hit the jackpot," Sasha's friend said, half joking. Sasha didn't miss a beat, secured the bag, "Honey, even if he goes broke, I'll take half. That's plan B." They all laughed. Daniel? He just stood there, heart splintering quietly. He tried to shrug it off, maybe just girls talking smack. But the doubt crawled under his skin. Later, his old friend Desmond came by, sharing a story over drinks about a cousin who lost everything, and his fiancée split before the dust even settled, already warming up to someone richer. Daniel barely said a word, just watched the ice melt in his glass. That night, he didn't sleep. He replayed Sasha's words, Desmond's warning. What if he was just security, not love? He needed to know, really know. So, he hatched a plan. He would fake it, lose everything, even his own pride, just to see who would stick around. His mother, Mrs. Obasai, a woman of quiet strength, told him, "Test her character, but be ready for the answer, son." He nodded. From there, it was a masterclass in performance. News broke. Daniel Obasai bankrupt, major deal collapsed, loans called in, mansion at risk. Sasha watched it all unfold on TV, glass trembling in her hand. When he told her, "I made a mistake, trusted the wrong people," she squeezed his hand, swore she'd stand by him. "Money comes and goes," she said. Daniel almost believed her until later that night, when she called her ex, Toba, arranging to meet. When she claimed she needed space, Daniel let her go, but his driver, quietly in on the plan, snapped photos of Sasha and Toba at a cafe, too comfortable for just friends. That was all Daniel needed. He took their engagement photo off the wall, locked it away, and waited. 3 days later, Sasha returned. Said she was back, ready to help him through it. He played along. The next day, he faked a car accident, made headlines everywhere. "Billionaire paralyzed," the news said. Sasha performed her role, 2 dramatic Instagram posts, hashtags about faith and healing, but when no one was watching, she visited for 10 minutes, never asked about his health. When Daniel left a note saying he needed space, she barely blinked. Hours later, the bank repossessed the house. Sasha left, dragging her suitcase, muttering curses under her breath, glad to be free. Weeks slipped by. Daniel vanished. Sasha resumed her old life, now in a cramped apartment, reputation in tatters. One afternoon, shopping with her influencer bestie, Janet, she ran into Daniel outside a supermarket, dressed in rags, sitting in a rusty wheelchair. She didn't recognize him at first, until he called her name, handed her a plastic flower, and asked if she'd still marry him, even now. The disgust in her face said it all. She slapped him, mocked him, threatened to call the cops, all in front of a growing crowd. Janet sneered, filming the whole thing, calling him trash. And that's when a new character entered. Evelyn, a petite store worker, fire in her voice, defended Daniel against the cruelty. He may be poor, but he's still a person. Evelyn's kindness wasn't for show. She offered Daniel water, took him home, introduced him to her mother, who welcomed him without a second thought. In their tiny, peeling apartment, they shared meals, stories, and laughter. Daniel Ho dined with Presidents found peace, sitting by a cracked window, listening to life's simple rhythms. Evelyn had nothing but always gave her food, her time, her warmth. She shared what little she had with local kids, helped her mother with medicine bills, never complained, never asked Daniel about his past. He watched her, day after day, falling quietly, deeply, for her realness, her dignity. One night, as rain drummed the tin roof, she told him, "Everyone deserves a little kindness." That line stuck with him. For the first time in forever, Daniel felt alive, not as a billionaire, but as a man. Meanwhile, Sasha's downfall was viral. The supermarket's CCTV footage of her berating a beggar made headlines. Brands dropped her, followers vanished, friends ghosted her, even Janet publicly denounced her. Only Toba stuck around, and even that was just for convenience. Sasha spiraled pregnant, alone, abandoned by everyone, her name now a punchline. Back at Evelyn's, Daniel tried to repay kindness in secret anonymous gifts, paid up tuition, medicine for Evelyn's mom. When Evelyn received a letter offering her a nursing scholarship, she broke down in tears, whispering thanks to the universe for whoever her secret angel was. Daniel watched, heart swelling. Could someone like her ever love someone like him even if he stayed a nobody? That question gnawed at him. Until one day, outside that same supermarket, Daniel wheeled himself to Evelyn, ring box in hand, and proposed not as a billionaire, but as the broken man she'd cared for. She said yes without hesitation. Then, in front of the crowd, he stood up, shed his disguise, revealed the truth. "I needed to know if love was real when I had nothing," he said, "and I found it here." The crowd gasped, phones out, but all Daniel saw was Evelyn, her eyes brimming with shock, then joy. He took her home, not to a shack, but to his mansion, where his mother welcomed Evelyn like family. "You gave my son back his hope," she said, fastening a family bracelet on Evelyn's wrist. Daniel and Evelyn's engagement broke the internet not for its glamour, but for its story. She loved him with nothing. Now she has everything. But the everything wasn't money or fame, it was the way they looked at each other, the peace they found in each other's presence. Sasha, meanwhile, was left with no thing, no friends, no love, only regret, and the bitter truth that she'd traded a crown for crumbs. She watched from her empty apartment as news of Daniel and Evelyn's wedding swept social media. Photos of love and warmth she couldn't fake her way into anymore. On their wedding day, under a canopy of soft white flowers and the gaze of close friends, Daniel and Evelyn said vows that made even the wind hush. "I saw the world through cold glass," Daniel whispered, "until you let me feel again." Evelyn, through tears, promised, "I loved you for how you made me feel seen, safe, whole, not for what you had." In that moment, nothing else mattered. Not money, not status, not even the past. At the end of the night, Daniel pulled Evelyn close under the stars. "Losing everything," he said, "was how I found myself. How I found you." And she just smiled, resting her head on his shoulder, knowing that love wasn't about grand gestures, but in small, quiet kindnesses. So, let me ask you, do you think love survives without wealth? Or is it all just a game of give and take? Where do you draw the line between real and fake? I want to hear your thoughts. What's the real price of love? And who do you think got what they truly deserved? Drop a comment below and let's talk about it.
Xin chào các bạn, mình là Trinh, mình phụ trách viết content. Trên đây là những công việc của mình là mình lên mạng xã hội tìm hiểu những video.
Next one? Alright. Thank you, man. Hey, if you guys have any trouble, let somebody know. Please.
After the tree to hold on to. Yeah.
Yeah, they're
the fence.